Houston, rushed for 1,500 yards, had close to 300 yards receiving, scored 19 touchdowns.
All right, so tell us, you're interim coach now. Kind of tell us what the situation is there.
Yes, sir. So currently I'm the interim head coach at Chickasaw High School. Coached a little step down a few weeks ago, and I've tried to step in and just keep everything going in the right direction. We've been really busy since then. We've had a couple 7-on-7 dates, and I don't know where we're going, but I do know that we're going to keep going, pressing toward the season, and we're going to work to get better. And I think we did that. I've been really proud of the way that our kids have competed. We've went through a 7-on-7 at UMS. We did a 7-on-7 at Daphne yesterday, and we've competed and really exceeded my expectations. I'm really proud of where we're at and where we're going. I think we're going to be fine. And when y'all know something, I'll know something as far as, but that's where we're at.
But you like to have the job.
Yes, sir. I really would. I know the kids, and I'll do anything in the world for them. And I'd love to have that job. Absolutely.
How long have you been a part of the Chickasaw program?
This will be my third year. I was associate head coach the last 2 years, and I was offensive coordinator and called plays for the last 2 years. This has been my third.
So have you just kind of kept it going since Coach Little left? As far as off season, any big changes or anything?
There's been no changes. That's exactly what I told the kids. Right now, I'm still doing the offense. The defense coordinator and Jared Hobson, who does a great job, is still doing the defense. The only thing that has changed is Coach Little's no longer there. The goals have not changed. The expectations have not changed. We're moving forward because we think that we can have a pretty good year. And it's not going to be me or Coach Hop or anybody. It's going to be these kids, and we're pressing forward because we've set goals, and we want to be in the playoffs. We want to do the best we can, so that's what we're going to do.
Chickasaw went 6-4 last year, losing to all the teams that made the playoffs. Now you move down to 2-8. What are some of the expectations that we should see this season?
Well, number one, this is a different team. We lost some really, really good football players off last year's team of seniors that did a bunch. But what we hope is that what we've learned in 3A and the style of play was really, really physical with T.R. Miller and Flomaton and Hillcrest Evergreen and Bayside is we can take the lessons we've learned from those teams in 3A and bring them back down to 2A. Our expectations is to compete and work as hard as we can, and wins and losses come, wherever. I think athletically we're going to be pretty good. We got some young guys. If we grow up, it's going to make a big difference. But we do have a very, very good core of seniors. We got 7 seniors right now that have been in the fire, and we feel pretty good about what we're going to get out of them. And if we get some solid play out of some of the young guys, we're going to be okay.
Having Jalen Gates and Jarvis Houston in the backfield, 2 of the top players in this region, regardless of what class, how does that make this transition to head coach easy?
It 100% makes it easier. Having a quarterback that can, because not only passing the ball, he's also the leader out there. He gets everybody, both of them really, get everybody lined up. They're the ones that get people going. And they're special talents too. But even more than that, they're leaders. All right, and we're gonna go as they go. So it's gonna make it really, really easy. So it makes it easy for calling plays too.
Right now on your roster, how many do you have on the roster or out that are participating? How many do you expect?
Right now, 9 through 12, I think we got 23, and I think I've talked to several more kids and So it might just be about 27, 28 by the time next, before we start. Whether or not they do right, but, we'll be there. We've added a few and, because it is a fresh start, it is what it is. The expectations are still the same, and, you know, standards are still the same. But, you know, depth is gonna be a little bit of an issue, but I think that's everybody in 2A football.
Coach,
Yes, sir.
how do you get these young guys to come out, regardless of the type of season they might have had? How do you motivate them to come out to practice every day to want to, you know, play for Chickasaw?
That's a really good question. So, the thing is, it's not really hard. These guys beside me, there's a lot of kids at Chickasaw that want to do well. They love football. You know, they're leaders, and you know, they expect to do well. The coaches, we expect to do well. You know, the coaches set the standards and rules, and you know, these seniors have bought in. All right, so been there for 3 years, and they've been here all three, and they've bought in. They know what to expect. But going out and just, you know, letting kids know that, you know, we're going to be there. That we're there for them, whatever they need, and just we're going to love them. So, and through that, I think, you know, we'll be fine. You know, there's a lot for kids to do these days. Where I mean, you know, and football's tough. It's hot. You know, you do have to, you know, commit to doing the running and lifting weights, and but once you do, you know, same thing I was telling them is if I can just get some of these kids to the Friday night and get under the lights, there's nothing in the world like it.
Chickasaw has that small town feeling in a big city environment. How do y'all separate playing smaller schools and, you know, keeping the kids focused on not playing the bigger schools? Even though you open up with LaFleur, is that LaFleur game a big game for you guys?
I think it is. I think that where we're at is it's the first one. It's the first game, so it's an enormous game. Because you want to get up on the right foot. If you want to have a good season, you just week by week. So it's an absolutely enormous game for us because we want to get up on the right foot. And you know, we play St. Michael's the next week, and they're going to be tough. We're playing Satsuma at the end of the year, and they're bigger. So, but we expect to compete with whoever we play with. Size does not matter to us. Players does not matter to us. They can only put 11 on the field at one time, and we expect to be competitive. That's what we do. Man, we don't make excuses about players what we don't have. We're going to go to work. And we expect to do. You know, we expect to compete, and you know, hopefully win them. You know, if we don't, it doesn't affect the playoffs or our region play, but we won't play a tough schedule. We don't want we want the best. So if we do, you know, make the playoffs, we want to be ready to play tough teams.
Coach, having made this transition a little bit later with the season right around the corner, now you are taking over the head coaching duties. With your familiarity with the team, having been on the staff, how helpful is that, and how do you see these guys respond to taking over the head role?
Nothing's really changed. That's what I told them is we're here. And, you know, I think they've responded well to me. They know me. I'm not Coach Little. I don't want to be Coach Little. I'm me. So, but saying that, I mean, the standards and goals and expectations have not changed one bit. We're still moving straight ahead. Looking forward to the floor.
For you personally, how is it challenging for you personally to take on that role? Are you still having the teaching duties and things beyond just being head coach?
Yes, ma'am. It's different. I'm doing more. I'm trying to get a lot of other stuff ready for the season, but football wise, nothing's changed. There's a lot more on head coach's responsibilities to do and get ready for, and financial stuff, and, a lot more in like field work and all, and that's fine. I can deal with every bit of that. And so, but I have a great staff that helps me as well.
Speaking of staff, are you able to hire your spot, or are you able to get a guy in there, someone that's gonna help fill the spot that is now open?
Being the interim right now, we're gonna see. That's yet to be determined, and how we're gonna work that out. I'd like to bring in maybe somebody, and I think we got somebody's gonna come in and help us, but I can't worry about that right now. I only worry about what I can control and moving forward and trying to get better for our kids.
Stadium upgrades coming soon, new basketball gym. It's a lot of great things going on up in Chickasaw. Talk about the impact of those facilities that you guys are adding up in Chickasaw.
Absolutely. Now, our superintendent, Mr. David Wofford, has did a great job. He's very pro athletics, and there's a lot of stuff in the works that is going to be fantastic down the road. And this, this is a testament to the people that came before, and the kind of work they put in, and they are going to do a stadium upgrade. They're going to basically do basketball. We're about to get a new field house as well. I think I saw on the he did a press release yesterday. So all those things are in the plans, and Chickasaw is going to be first class. All right, so that's something we always try to talk about, is striving for excellence, and that comes from the top down. And we're trying to do everything first class, and everything, and they're very pro athletics, and they want us to do well, and we want to do well, and they're going to give us every tool possible to do that.
All right, Coach, you want to get one of the guys up there?
Yeah. Which one y'all want to go first?
How's it going, man? Good. Step up to the microphone. There you go. Talk about what's it been like having a coaching change here in just the last couple of weeks?
It ain't really been too hard because I'm already used to Coach Henry. He came in with Coach Little, so it really is like having another part of your family just step in and take over the role.
Talk about that 1,000-yard season last season. 19 touchdowns. You guys beat a good excellent team last year, and several other teams. Just talk about being at a small school, getting those type of numbers.
It's really harder because a lot of people doubt what you can do because they don't really believe that it's that much talent at a small school because they don't really look into it like that. But everybody don't know Chickasaw really got some great athletes, and I had a great line last year. My quarterback, he great. We worked hard, we pushed ourselves, and we came to compete last year, and we really stood in there with a lot of great teams. So I think just playing together as a family last year, that really made us better and allowed a lot of people to stand out.
Being one of the veteran returners, how much responsibility do you feel to kind of keep your guys together, support coach, making the transitions late in the year as the season is now just 5 weeks away?
I feel like that I have to step up and be a better leader than I've been in the last couple of years because I'm a senior this year. The past years I've been an underclassman, so it's harder to get your voice heard. But this year I'm a senior and I can make the guys feel me a little more. And I've been with these guys since 8th grade, and I know this year we could do something great. So we try to push the younger guys to get better day by day and don't worry about the mistakes we make. Just learn from those mistakes and continue to get better and grow from it.
Being a senior, do you have a little bit of a sense of urgency to kind of have the type of season that got with the bang?
Yeah, man. This year, this summer, I started the summer. I ain't practiced because I was injured, but since I've been back, we've been pushing the guys, and when I've been gone, they've been pushing the guys, and I think they really buying into the program and starting to trust the process and really like the process instead of trying to rush it. Because when you work and grind for the things you want, it tends to come out on the bright side.
I know being a two-way player can take a lot out of you being exhausted in the game. Not saying you want to hold back, but you want to give your all. Being a two-way player like that, how do you take the defensive aspect and apply it to your offensive output to try to meet the goals you want to do for the year?
On defense, I tend to play kind of hard. So when we get a stop or like a great play on defense, that kind of tends to transfer to the offense, and it like we continue to get better throughout the game. Like if you playing hard in every aspect of your game, that's gonna translate to other aspects of your game, and it's gonna push you to do things better than you tend to do.
You play other sports at Chickasaw, or is football your only sport?
I run track, but the last 2 years I pulled my hamstring, so I had to sit out. So, but this year I'm gonna be running. I'm probably gonna play basketball this year too. Yes, sir.
And since you're playing two-way, you have goals on offense you want to meet, and you have like so many picks you want to get this season on defense. What numbers are you shooting at this year?
This year I'm trying to break the state record for rushing, and on defense I want at least like 8 picks and 100 tackles at safety. So I got big goals this year, and I tend to meet them.
Now, Jared, you say you want to get those yards. What about that old line? They got a block for you now.
I trust my O-line. I've been my O-line for a couple of years now, and the guys, they work hard in the trenches. If you don't got them guys in the trenches who's gonna give their all for you, you ain't gonna be able to do nothing. And I believe in that they're gonna have a great year this year, and we're gonna get things done.
What was your best 40 time?
My best 40 time, Coach Nim, I didn't want to tell me. It was 4.3 something. That was 9th grade. But they made me run it again. I really say like a 4.42.
All right, thanks, Jerry.
Thank you.
Jalen. What's up, Jalen?
What's up, sir?
Tell us about the transition there. Anything changed since Coach took over?
Coach Aaron?
Anything? Yeah, Coach Aaron.
Not much. I mean, he got here when Coach Little was here, so I mean, like, you tend to pick up things from a person that you've been around for a minute. So I mean, like, it's the same thing, same goals, same achievements, same drills.
What's your goals this year?
I'm trying to have like 3,000 passing yards, 25 touchdowns. Like, I'm trying to leave a mark in Chickasaw, like best quarterback to walk through the halls.
You guys need to set your goals a little bit higher or something.
You can't sell them high, you can't sell them nowhere.
All right.
What's your relationship like with Coach? Now he's taking over the head role, but somebody that's been, doing play calling, things like that.
I actually love him for him to be the head coach instead of just bringing in one. If we bring in a new bringing in a coach, I'd like him to be like just to help us out. But I mean, I love Coach Herring to be our new head coach. So I mean, like, he already know what we expect, and we know what he expects from us. So we just keep the train going, keep everything rolling, and keep everything pushing.
Similar question we have for your teammate, with you playing both sides of the ball. What do you take from the defensive aspect, especially with you being a quarterback? Your eyes may look a little different when you're in coverage. How do you apply that to your offense?
Playing defense kind of makes it better playing offense because you know how defensive player move and strategize. Playing cornerback makes your job so much easier, especially when you have like a quick, tall receiver on a slighter, shorter, slower cornerback. It makes your job easier when you know how safety moves, linebackers move, and how the defensive line reacts to your O-line blocking. It makes your job easier.
But listen to you guys, man. You guys sound like you know the game of football instead of just playing it and having a good football IQ. That makes the game just that much easier. What are your expectations after this season, possibly, playing at the next level?
Hopefully, I want to play college football. That's my dream goal.
Playing in the same region with the two-way state champion, does that give you like an edge to know where your program is when you face them?
Yes, sir. That game right there lets you know like where you've been working for all season. That lets you know all the work you put in has finally came to the point where everybody is in recognition. If we beat them, that's the game of the year. All eyes on Chickasaw.
How good is your teammate here? You said you've been playing with him for a while, right?
Oh, this man is great. When he's on the field, it's a whole different vibe. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is locked in. Everybody just love the game.
You guys set a team record winning 6 games last year. Is there a number in your head that you're shooting for? You mentioned your own personal goals and wanting to be the best Chickasaw G can ever walk the halls from a quarterback standpoint. Is there a number in your head for wins?
Undefeated.
Being at Chickasaw, and Chickasaw has had success with getting kids to the next level, how easier is it just to play, knowing that you probably still gonna get looked at by college?
You still gotta work your behind off at the end of the day, because like if you don't work, colleges just ain't gonna come out the blue. You gotta put the extra work in for them to get this recognition. Because if you put the work in off the field, it'll show on in the field.
You look like you wanted to answer that question about before.
Yeah, you shaking your head over there.
I'm not gonna get up here and underestimate anybody because they get up and work out just like how we do, run just like how we do. But I'll be expecting, that game, first game of the season. That game gonna set the tone.
Expecting a W.
For sure.
All right, guys. Good luck this year. Look forward to
Thank you,
watching
sir.
y'all. Thank you, sir.
That's the best 2 words.
And that's how you push up.
Thanks, guys.
That's the best 2 words I've been today so far.
As I told Ron, that's street IQ right there.
We're in the ninth grade. That was the highlight.
Right. Okay.